you said when Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best, they're not sending you, they're sending people that have lots of problems, they're bringing those problems to us, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, and they're rapists. You went on to say, and some of them are probably okay.
How did you start it off? You said, when Mexico sends its people. When Mexico.
Well, let me ask you about that.
I'm talking about the government.
What evidence do you have that the government sends their
Everybody knows it. This man, or this animal, that shot that beautiful woman in San Francisco, this guy was pushed out by Mexico. We bring him back and they push him out. Mexico pushes back people across the border that are criminals, that are drug dealers.
So if the article that you're basing this on, this Fusion article that you've cited.
Well, that's just one of many articles.
Okay.
That talks about 80% rapes. But that's not it. Just look at Homeland Security reports. Look at all of the reports that have come.
But there are, you talked about their reports. I got to look at a bunch of studies here that say there's actually no correlation between illegal immigration and crime, and that in fact immigrants actually commit crimes at a lower number.
You're not a baby. Okay, you're not a baby.
I'm not saying there's not a lot of individual
coming
cases.
in are causing tremendous problems in terms of crime, in terms of murder, in terms of rape, in terms of lots of other things.
Let me give you two studies. Northwestern University, cited by the Washington Post, says essentially no correlation between illegal immigration and violent crime. Pew Research Center, using figures from the University of Massachusetts, found, quote, the crime rate among first-generation immigrants, those who came to this country from somewhere else, significantly lower than the overall crime rate and that of the second generation.
If somebody's an illegal immigrant, they shouldn't be here at all. There shouldn't be any crime. They're not supposed to be in our country. They're supposed to be, and I'm not just talking Mexico. They're coming from all over the world. I'm not just talking about Mexico.
We're talking Central America as well, but you're saying that there is a correlation between...
And you're probably talking about the Middle East, and you're talking about other places. The southern border is a disaster. I'm speaking this weekend in Arizona. They say the crowd is going to be enormous. Somebody said I'm the most popular person in Arizona because I'm speaking the truth. Those people are living with it. When I look at Rick Perry, he talks about the border. He did a terrible job at the border. He was governor of Texas. He could have done a much better job than he did. He did a terrible job along the border.
So you don't believe these studies? You said that there is a correlation between crime and illegal immigration.
Number one, but even if the studies were correct, I'm not talking about correlation. When you have illegal immigrants coming in, if they commit crime, they're not supposed to be here.
You did indicate that the people coming across the border were raping 80% of the women based on this fusion.
You are putting things.
Right,
read the article. Did you pull up the article?
I did. I pulled up the article.
Now that article was written by Fusion.
Right.
You know who owns Fusion?
Yeah, Univision.
Univision.
Right.
You know who I'm suing? Univision.
Right. But
and they have a big problem with my lawsuit. So let me just tell you something. Univision comes out like I'm some bad person. Univision's being sued by me. The thing that they own is Fusion, and they're talking about 80% rapes. I didn't make that up.
In that article, it says it's corrupt officials, it's traffickers, it's gangs, and other migrants inside Mexico.
But as I said before, it's called rape. It is rape, and it's happening, and it's a shame, and it's horrible.
So you stand by your comments?
I stand by whatever I read from Univision. Univision did it. I didn't do it.